Good, good. So this is going to be a quick one. Just want to go over a few things. So the first thing I just thought about was one issue I came across when I was starting this. Maybe I wouldn't call it an issue, but now looking back, I'm like, yeah, that could have been better. Was that I followed Valentina Cohen's advice since I was like, well, young. It was like sixth year, so that was years ago. Anyway, I'm only 20. Now, I followed his advice like I want to say dogmatically, but that's probably the wrong word. I just read everything. I watched everything. He had a website that not many people not knew about, and like 100 plus videos or maybe 300 plus videos. I don't know. Just watched everything. Took down notes. Whenever I'd watch a video, I would take a note in this application right here. It kind of links to your phone and to your Google account. It's called Keep Note. Keep Notes. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And you can copy and paste and post in a Discord server or whatever. It's amazing. So I'd watch a video and take the notes down. Watch a video, take the notes down, and I'd learn his game perfectly. But the problem is that sometimes some people don't explain certain things the way you understand it. Now, I didn't understand the way he explained polarity. Maybe it's because I wasn't around many polarizing people. Maybe I wasn't around many masculine polarizing people in my life at that time. And I didn't really understand the concepts that he was giving. And I think the problem is that the way he was teaching, I didn't understand the way he was teaching. So I think what would be best is if I would go back in time and then allow myself to broaden my horizons about like the dating coaches and learn from different people. So maybe I would learn a bit more polarizing aspects from like Jeffy ORSD or Todd Valentine. I know people have like some stigma, some sticking points with ORSD, but you can't deny that they did have good advice. So I think learning from many other people, you would realize, oh, so that's what polarity meant. And I don't know, what else did oh, fun. I didn't understand how he described fun. Like, he had two advice for fun. The first one was, sorry, someone's messaging me. First one was, how exactly did he phrase it? Do something that would make yourself laugh. No, say something that would make yourself laugh, and then do something that would make yourself laugh. Something on the lines of that. But then I'd make these stupid faces to myself internally. I would tell myself jokes, but that didn't help me with talking to women. It was like a different game. I didn't understand what he meant by humor, what he meant by fun, because he only gave a bit of advice, like put yourself in state. I understand that. Use your body, use your physicality, smirk a bit. That puts you in state. So I would smile, I would smirk, whatever. But when do or say things that would make yourself laugh, I couldn't get myself to laugh. And then he's like, well, that's because you're putting too many expectations. There's too many filters for you to have fun. So that's why you're not having fun. I understand that to an extent, but I didn't understand what it was like. How do you even have fun? So when he's explaining concepts, I didn't understand it because he wasn't showing it. He wasn't showing it by doing it, I think. I think that was the issue. Whatever the issue actually was, that might have not been the issue. That might have been part of the issue. But I remember watching, what's his name? Because he left ORSD, he left the game, you can say. He was in ORSD. What was his name? I think he taught Valentino. Wade Alters. There we go, Wade Alters. And what was his ORSD name? Wade Alters is his real name. ORSD name doesn't matter. But anyway, Wade Alters, he had the gorilla technique, he was a guy that actually had fun. I don't know if the internet connection is bad or not. I'm having a little internet connection. But Wade Alters was someone that was having fun, that can explain fun easily. It's like not giving a fuck, not needing to say so many jokes, because if you say a joke, it's a bit needy because you expect a reaction. But busting on people, hey, purple shirt, just busting on people and not caring so much, allowing yourself to be a bit of a dope. And like, he's not saying be stupid, but stop caring so much. And then when he would have crazy nights out with millionaires and these important people that he would consider important. The next day, after having all that wild party, he would feel embarrassed and guilt and shame. But then when you would call them up saying like, oh, I'm sorry that I was such a weirdo or whatever, they would be like, no, come on, that was like the best moment that we had. That was amazing. That was crazy, because people appreciate someone that goes out of their comfort zone, goes out of the social norm and has fun, that really enjoys life and has fun. Now, I understood that concept from Wade. But what is his RSD name? He had an RSD name. Doesn't matter. Wade Alters. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah. Read and listen to other dating coaches that suit the way you are, that jive with you. Also, one thing that I noticed was I think I was going for someone that was like me, like Valentino. I think we both have human need of one of the two human needs. If you follow Tony Robbins, you know that humans follow our people have 6 human needs, and we follow our top 2. And one of my top 2 was significance, because I think as a result of me being the youngest child, I needed that significance to be better than my siblings and to be better and to get more attention or something like that. So significance was a big factor for me. And so was Valentino. He would try to be the best in every field that he could be, like football, swimming, or whatever. So his mother would notice him. So where was I going with this? I was finding someone that's similar to me and taking his advice, because I think I would connect with him better. And because he was the nice guy, I was the nice guy. So I was taking advice from him. Sure, that works really well. Sure, you understand and you feel sympathetic, and it feels like, wow, this guy gets me, and wow, I can follow this guy because he's like me. But I would say learn from your weaknesses too. So if you're not as strong at being polarizing, learn from someone who is really polarizing. The only guy that I can think of as polarizing is Jeffy. He's like a man's man. That's the guy that I can think of. Or Todd Valentine. If you scratch a bit under the surface, I feel like he can be quite masculine, and sometimes masculine can be devastating. Now, unreactive, decides what he wants, does it, not careless, but maybe not caring about other people's opinions, just goes for it, makes big things small. So, yeah, Jeffy and Todd. Those are two. Like, if I should learn about more different dating coaches, but yeah, I should learn from more different dating coaches. But those are two that I consider quite masculine, quite dominating, quite. Oh, actually, what am I saying? What's his name? James Tusk. He's quite like that. He's quite intense. If he doesn't drink and he's not with friends, he's quite intense. Yeah. So learn from them. If that's your weak point, learn from someone who's learn from someone. Why is my English just fading away? Learn from someone who has that weak point as their strong point. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. So mix it up. Really, please mix it up. That problem I had was a problem I had for years, like 2 or 3 years. And it's something I'm finally working on, taking action. making that jump, kissing the woman. That's something I've been working on. And finally, I understand it. Finally, SAS, who dares wins. Making that move, going for the kiss. Makes sense. Finally. So yeah, that was my little rant. If I would leave you with maybe another nugget of information, that could be a topic for a different video. Let's think, what really helped me? So this is actually the whole channel. Well, right now. What helped me the most in dating? And also I'm going to be talking with different dating coaches and different guys that were quite successful in dating and getting their opinions on what helped them the most in dating. So I'm not going to be like, well, right now, I won't be like, this is what you have to do. This is the right way to do it. Follow my advice and you'll get women. This is more like, this is what helped me. This is what helped me the most to get results that I wanted. And here you go. So what else can I give? I praise baby stepping because baby stepping works. And baby stepping in other fields, like if you feel down, you start doing and you can't do one task, do a different task. And then by building that momentum in that different task, you can take that energy you got from that different task and put it here. It's something that I realized, like with the flossing there, building that momentum of building habit. I'm now building habit of making videos. Crazy, but it worked. Right, let's think. What helped me? A good partner. Good partner to what you call it. You don't call them partners. You call them wingman. A good wingman. I remember going out with a guy who is passionate about it, that would talk to anyone. He would talk to a family with kids and just talk to their mother. He would talk to a family and talk to their daughter. He would, like, I've done that, but not to the extent that he done it. He would talk to anyone and everyone, and in a light, energetic, but persistent way. Fun, energetic, light, but persistent. So you can't tell him to fuck off. But if you enjoy that vibe, it's very attractive. And I would just see the women he was with, or he is with right now, and I'm like, wow, that is amazing. So basically, what one advice he gave me was, and one key advice he gave me was, he realized I was only 19, and he's like, wow, damn, I wish I got into this earlier. But he said, I wish someone told me this when I was 19. Go for the people that scare you. Go for the people that scare you. And that's it. And I realized, wow, shit, I probably should. Because if you always go, the way you get better at talking to hot girls is by talking to hot girls. That's what Valentino said, mind blowing. The way you get better at talking to hot girls is by talking to hot girls, because what helps you here won't help you there, like Todd says. What helps you with mediocre girls, with girls that you can get, isn't going to help you with girls that are like what you consider above you or whatever. But as we already know, like I'm sure from many guys that are in this type of field, I feel like they read everything, they learn everything, but it's hard for them to apply it. So many already know that. Of course, there are some sort of like 9s and 10s and 8s and 7s and 6, but like generally speaking, no one's really above anyone. We're all human. But anyway, yeah, talk to the people that you're afraid of. Because I remember going out with him, the last time I went out with him, I was talking about that, like he has the best women all the time. And then he was about to approach a group and he's like, my heart's like beating. I'm feeling a bit nervous. I'm feeling, maybe I shouldn't approach. And he went for it anyway. So that's another thing that I can suggest. And wow, fuck, it's scary. It sometimes feels like work. And then when they give the hot girl blase, when they don't react, this is a common theme. If you're not feeling scared, you're doing something wrong. I feel like if you're not feeling scared enough and not getting rejected enough, you're doing something wrong. And that's something that I wasn't getting. I was never scared. Well, that would be a lie. I was rarely scared and rarely rejected because the way I would go about it was indirect and I wasn't getting results. But if you want to get results, who dares wins. That's it. So sometimes hot go blasé will get to you, and then you're like, shit, this doesn't feel good. But stay in there 20% longer than you feel like you would. That's also something that helped me a lot. Staying there 20% more than you feel like you would. If you feel like leaving, stay in there 20%. If you don't know what to say, I don't usually do this. I'm practicing how to talk, even though that's the worst line to say, because that just proves to the woman that you've never done this and you're low value, whatever. But just mess around with it. Say, I never talk to girls. It's new to me. I'm learning how to talk or some shit, some bullshit. But by staying there longer, you increase your chances of something happening. Well, you increase your chances of something happening by moving it forward. But if you always leave the set early, nothing's ever going to happen. So I remember I would leave many sets early because I would feel anxious. And other girls would leave early because they felt anxious. And you're like, oh, why did you leave or whatever? Because you left too. And it's the same reason. We're all human. You feel anxious. You're like, oh, shit, I have to talk to my friends. Goodbye. Same thing. So talk to the hot ones that scare you. That's how you grow. That's how you learn how to talk to the hot ones. That was the first topic that I was talking for like almost 20 minutes. What's the first one that I was talking about? Learn from other people. If your weakness is polarity, if your weakness is fun, which was mine, learn from someone that's their like strength. That's their strong point. Yes, Valentino Cohen talked about how, you shouldn't learn from other people because if you're on a horse and then you're like, oh, this is a better horse, and then you step on this horse and like they're running like next to each other, you'd get into an accident. You shouldn't be learning from other people because like you're using different horses and trying to stay on different horses. There's going to be an accident. But I don't believe so. I believe if the teacher doesn't teach the way the way you can learn from someone else. And if that is beneficial to you, that's a win. And if it's not beneficial to you, you go back to the teacher that you felt most comfortable with. That's it. So broaden your horizons, please. That's quite it. So broaden your horizons. Talk to the girls that scare you. There's definitely one more. Did I say one more? If I didn't say one more, I can think of one now. What else helped me a lot? Oh, stay in there 20% longer. There we go. And then once you stayed in there 20% longer, you know what else to do? Stay in there 20% longer. And then push that feeling. Enjoy that pain. Enjoy it. And what will happen out of that is because you will have a high tolerance to social pressure. So I feel like if you have a low tolerance to social pressure, you leave quickly. If there's a bit of tension, that is good. That's something I didn't realize back in the past. If I felt tension, I was like, oh, I would give like not empathy from like, it's okay, I understand. You've never done this, but like empathy, oh, it's okay, I should go, whatever. So I had a different sense of empathy back in the day. I would leave sets early. I would let them go. I would be afraid of confrontation. That was my empathy. But now it's different. It's a bit more from an understanding point of view than from a low point of view. Anyway, so broaden your horizons. Talk to the women that you're afraid of, because those are the ones that you actually want to talk to. Man, if you listen to Jordan Peterson, you realize this too. Like, if you even go out and you see a hot girl, you're like, oh, fuck, I should talk to her, but I can't. And then you make all these excuses. Stay in there 20% longer. That's what you have to do. And if you want to get good at it, watch Todd Valentine's video on like getting good at this, scheduling this. If you do one set every 7 days, like one set a day for 7 days, you won't get good. But if you do like 3 sets every 3 days, you'll get pretty good, because their first set is usually not the best. Yeah. Wow. That was a good 20 minutes. But I feel like I can get at it. I feel like I can give maybe one more nugget of information. I don't know why honesty comes into my mind. Maybe because honesty is like something really important to me. But I don't know how to weave honesty into this conversation. So I guess I'll leave it at that, leave it while it's high. That's it. So I think I'll have a conversation with Eddie, one of my mates back in Rio, who is just awesome to be with. Amazing guy. Awesome to go out with, because he's a bit different to me, and he's also similar in some ways. Similar in a way that we're both learning this. We're both students of game, you can say. We're both going at it from like not going at it for a year, and now we're like, okay, we should actually start doing this more often, and going out and meeting girls and going on dates and getting numbers and getting results. So we're both from that beginner mindset, and that is a good mindset to have, because you learn from beginner mindset. If you think you're amazing, you don't learn as much. Now that's something I learned the hard way, because I felt if you think you're amazing, you have a good, how would you say, belief. That's a good belief to have, that you're amazing, because then you would do sets that you wouldn't do if you thought you were bad. So that's a slippery slope that we won't get into today. We will probably talk about this in a different day. I'd probably have to talk to Sam about this, Fluid Social, about beliefs, because we don't have arguments about this. We have strange disagreements about beliefs, because I want to say dogmatically again, maybe because I learned from Valentino Cohen so much. I want to compare his advice to other people's advice to see if they compare, how they compare, if they suit the way Valentino taught, and if they don't, and why they don't. Because I consider Valentino Cohen quite high, and he was one of my main mans. But now he does sales. Too bad. Right. So yeah, I'll talk to Eddie one day, and I'll talk to. I think he changed his name. I think his name used to be Sam, but now it's his real name. He's French. Yannick. I can't pronounce his surname. Levesque. I'm sorry, man. But Yannick is an amazing guy. Amazing guy. He always gives value. He has a Facebook group that just gives value. If you have a question, you ask him, and he gives you the answer right away. He does not stop. He's growing like crazy. So I'm going to talk to Eddie, amazing guy to go out with, fun and honest. If he's feeling bad, he'll tell you. Yannick, dating coach, that's starting out and also being fucking amazing at it. I'll probably talk to Fluid Social and James Tusk. This has to be better, I have to get better, get a better background. What else? Yeah, talk to a bunch of guys, build this up. Now I was thinking maybe I should make a different YouTube channel for this. I already have one that's clean and but maybe I'll stay on this one, because you can see my transitions. You can see from the personal development, from the reading the books to this. So you can see a clear transition to how it went. Anyway, that's the end of that. I blinded myself with the LED lights. See you guys. Enjoy.